US, particularly in terms of the tax they pay and also the parent companies they're owned by and how they operate.
Most of the big chains, I would say, aren't that transparent anymore, which again I suppose comes back to ethics. You can say another way to describe ethics would be transparency, essentially. But they're not always honest about what their products do, how they relate, and stuff like that, the age of the products and stuff like that. But their branding says they are, says they're open, that everyone is a professional and all that sort of stuff, when essentially they're one step away, minimum wage staff, they're not paid very well, they're not treated very well, and they're actually forced to almost not give good service, but told they are giving good service.
The public is definitely kept in the dark about a lot of things, and there's not much clarity with, I think, just how things are produced or how their workers are paid or where their products are sourced from.
I actually find myself leaning more towards the more brands that I feel are more ethical. I don't shop from certain shops because I feel that they take advantage of the poor folk in some parts of the world and make them work for less than 2p.
It's probably one of the reasons I quite like working for our company, Sweaty Betty, because our factories are very ethical. Our buyers and designers make sure that they go into the factories at least once a month, once every 2 months, make sure all of the workers have correct and adequate working conditions, they're paid correctly, they've got health plans, dental plans. That's really important for me.
I try to shop really smaller shops, even Coop, that sounded like an ethical company, and then you read on the news that there are a lot of debts and not very clear operations behind. So try to, even when I go to my cycling shop, I go to the small ones rather than a chain.
I think there's a lot of sort of smoke and mirrors about the way that big companies behave. I think there's a degree of, they seem to behave in a way that they feel they're untouchable and can pretty much do anything as long as it means that their bottom line is intact. So if that means employing people at horrifically low rates, or employing them in conditions that are very poor for health and safety and very poor in regulations, then they will do it, as long as it keeps their business afloat, keeps their stakeholders happy. Then yeah, that. But then at the same time, they're very quick to make sure that their staff and the general public are doing everything correct, and the same rules don't seem to apply to them.